Hello, everyone. It's Ryan again at Dark Winter Moon. Gosh, wow, I'm just noticing how scraggly I look. Definitely got some COVID beard going on. Um, but yeah, today I'm super excited because I have a special treat for everyone. I've been getting lots of questions on a video I did quite a bit ago about how you know if a deity is calling you. I'll link that here. But I have interviewed one of my closest, oldest, and dearest friends about her personal walk with the Morrigan. And I would like to share that interview with you. But first, I just wanted to point out real quick that the first part of this video, that lovely altar you see, is her personal altar dedicated to the Morrigan. And just wanted to show that off and let everyone see what that looked like. So let's get started and hear what Corvin has to say. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, um, I have put a still photo during her interview because she asked for anonymity while doing this interview due to personal and work constraints or worries. So, like I said, everyone, I'll be interviewing my best friend and decades-long working magical partner and witch friend Corvin on her journey with the Morrigan. So I have a few questions I'm going to ask her. All right, so hello, Corvin.
Hello.
So let's get started with the questions. So why herself?
Well, it's not that I feel like I had a real choice in the matter. I feel like she's been present in my life for longer than I even knew she was. I feel like there are some signs, which I probably won't get into now, about, even in my early life where she may have been present. But starting in college, her presence started to grow, and I was sort of mobbed by signs, not including being followed around by crows incessantly on our college campus, which led me to do more research. I was sort of drawn in that direction due to my heritage. I have a strong Irish connection, and I found her in my research, and it just struck me that she was right.
Yeah, I resonate with that. So you might have already partially answered this question. Why do you feel or think that she chose you?
In essence, I feel like she chose me because I feel like I'm made out of her cloth. I feel like there is sort of a vibrational similarity between us. Not that I am a terrifying war goddess, but there aspects of us that, to do her work in this world, I feel like I'm similar enough that she wanted to work with me.
Yeah, that definitely resonates with me too in my own walk with deity. And again, kind of tacking on to that same question, why do you feel drawn to herself?
Ever since I started working with herself, it seems that she has always called me to be bigger, more, to stretch myself. She is a goddess of sovereignty, and I believe that she has always called me to be more. And for me, that is the real work in my life, is to grow past my limitations. And I believe she has always pushed me in that direction.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff. Love it. So, next question. What is it like to form a relationship with the Morrigan?
Well, it's unexpected in a lot of ways. Certainly, she has helped me grow in ways I did not expect. I think that it's fairly common for a lot of her followers to have a lot of nightmares before they begin working with her.
Mm-hmm.
So as I've worked more in depth with her, they've gone away as I've done the work with her. I think that was certainly unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
The dedication to regular devotion, I think, has been an interesting, expanding practice for me. She definitely prefers regular work with her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you personally do as a priestess of the Morrigan?
Sort of hinting at my actual paying profession, I believe that my work in social justice is a part of my work as her priestess. Not to mention the fact that helping those who have been called by her, helping to ease their way onto her path, that seems to be something she's been requesting of me. Also, to hold feasts for her yearly. I'm sure she would not mind them more regularly, but definitely yearly has been the practice so far. I think that holding those feasts for our gods is an important practice in witchcraft.
Yeah, absolutely. When the Morrigan first reached out to you, how did you react?
Probably poorly. I wanted to work with her, but I was terrified, and so there was some fumbling going on in the beginning, where I was trying to reach out to her, but I was also scared of what she might answer, and so there was kind of a approach and avoid dance that I did for a little bit. But I think that was part of the process because she was asking me to move in more into my power, and so I had to become more confident and more sure to work with her. So I feel like it's all part of the design.
Yeah, definitely. I remember that period for you, kind of trying to decide about it. And if I may be so bold, she can be terrifying, and I think that is something that you had to push through to get closer to her. What was your...
Say that again?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I feel like that fear is something that was required of you to push through in order to move on with her and to get closer to her.
I think for me that's very accurate. I don't know that all of her followers have to go through that process, but for me, in the process of learning to worship her, that was definitely one of my challenges.
Yeah, totally understandable. As kind of a tack onto that question, what was your initial reaction when the Morrigan asked you to be her priestess?
I think by that point I had worked through it enough to where it felt like the work that I was supposed to be doing. So taking up that obligation didn't feel as frightening as perhaps starting out with her did, because I was past the point where I was terrified of what she might ask.
Sure. Next question. What is the most rewarding factor about working with the Morrigan?
I think it is the aspect of self-development that you're always being asked to be bigger and to work through your stuff and your shadows. And I think that is a very rewarding result of worship. I mean, I think that she asking that of her followers helps us all be better.
Yeah. And what would you say is the least rewarding aspect of working with her?
I I don't know that I would say there's anything that was not rewarding. I think that even if something seems strange or onerous when she asks it, that it turns out in the end to have reasons that are good or purposeful.
Sure. So in a way, it's more kind of the fear of what it might mean rather than the actual result that could be considered the least rewarding part.
Sure, but I think that I've built trust with her now, that when she asks things, I understand she has a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. Next question. What's a piece of advice you wish someone would have told you before forming a relationship with the Morrigan?
The advice that I tend to give people when they're starting out with herself is don't make promises you're not willing to keep.
Yeah.
I feel that that's true of most of the gods, but definitely with herself, you do not want to be an oath breaker ever.
Right. Totally sounds reasonable and fair. One more question. Is there anything else that you would like to share about working with the Morrigan?
There are a great deal of, I don't know, she has gotten to be kind of trendy in the craft these days. My recommendation to any newcomer is to read the Book of the Great Queen by Morpheus Ravana. I think it is the seminal work on herself, and anyone that is interested would do well to read that book. It is a wealth of information.
Great. Sounds wonderful. I'll make sure I link that in the comment section.
Yeah, Morpheus has a great website too.
Oh, perfect. I may reach out to you for that. Great. Well, thank you again so much for your time today. I know this information will be really, really valuable to a lot of folks out there. I know there's a lot of people that are interested. So thank you so much and take care.
Thank you.
Bye. And there you have it. I am so thankful for Corvin for sharing her insight about the Morrigan. And I'm so thankful for all of you for tuning in to hear about it. I am always struck when talking to Corvin about how much, even though we follow different deities, her experience resonates with mine. A lot of what she said is near and dear to my heart. I value her as a resource and as a friend, and especially for her spiritual and deistic insights. Well, thank you all again for joining. And as always, have a wonderful weekend and blessed be.